Welcome to I Love You So Much. My name is Reed Fish. I'm here with my good friend Tyler Labine.
Hi, I'm Tyler.
We're two divorced dads getting better. Tyler, you're getting better always, but is there anything this last week that happened that you want to confess?
Yeah, this is a bit of a retrospective.
A retrospective, okay.
Yeah, this has already been some
I'll
work
allow
done
it.
around this, but a few years back, my daughter, who's now 14, was probably about 8. And I was on one of the, character-defining highways going in and out of LA, probably the 405 or the 101. It's just like terrible traffic. And a guy comes from like the merging lane, drives up the shoulder and like cuts me off on the highway. And I'm like, I'm peeved. Get real pissed.
Got it.
I'm yelling at this guy, like screaming at him, completely forget that my daughter's in a car seat in the back. And I start like road raging with this guy and like getting up on trying to get around him and get him. And I'm like giving the guy the finger and I'm like, and then from the back seat, I hear this, "Are you okay, Daddy?" And I turn around and I'm like, oh my God. And yes, baby. I know that guy. I came up with some dumb lie and then drove the rest of the way home, just mortified at my behavior.
Oh.
And, made a real concerted effort, even back then, to be like, don't do that again. Not in front of your kids, at least. I can do it when I'm alone.
Yeah, no, of course.
Well, wait, here's
please,
Well,
No. Go.
Okay. I'm so caffeinated.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with my hands.
Chill
I have to like hide my hands because they're shaking.
Okay, let's all just relax.
All right. Do we need to meditate?
Yeah.
All right.
After this.
Okay.
So 2 days ago, I'm in Ojai, which is a very peaceful place. And I'm on the only way in and out of Ojai. And a guy comes in and just like rides my ass for 15 minutes all the way into Ojai. Yeah. Then finally gets around me on the shoulder and cuts in front of me. And then he rides the person in front of him, their ass, the whole way. And he's like, vroom, vroom, he's in a big truck. And I'm kind of seething, but I have all 3 of my kids in the car. And I kind of get over it. I get over the fact that he just did all this bullshit around me. I'm like kind of proud of myself. Yeah. And then he makes a right-hand turn to get off the highway and he puts his arm out the window and gives me the finger. And right? Like, and he's like a 20-year-old kid in this beefed up like Ford truck. And I was just like,
around and followed him.
Oh, and I just swallowed it. I was like, I don't have to carry that with me. That's that guy's day. He can pull off the road and give me the finger and be pissed off and ride people's ass. Like that doesn't mean that I have to take that with me today.
Did you get his license plate number?
I did. I did. I also, I know.
Okay. Yeah. If you can contact me, I'll take care of it.
And the opposite thing happened. My 11-year-old who was in the front seat said, "That guy gave you the finger." And I was like, "Yeah." And my middle child was like, Are you okay? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, "Right on, Daddy." And I was like, "Oh, you recognize the growth in me." And there was like a little moment in the car with my kids where they were like, right on. You didn't have to you didn't internalize that or whatever. But the temptation to like, you know what I mean? That sort of flagrant disrespect.
Yeah, flip off is hard. When somebody is giving you the finger, it's really hard.
And it was like this casual, he was just like, I was like, oh my God, you know what you're doing.
Oh. No, but that's so fitting. It's not the one I was going to say, and I'll do a double one because I had literally the exact same thing yesterday. Going down from Ojai towards Ventura. Once the part gets to freeway, it's 2 lanes. All of a sudden, you're like, now we can party, right?
Yeah, I know what
you're stuck, and you
zoom around.
And then there's 2 trucks in front of me. They're going the equal speed, and I cannot get around. And my daughter's there, and I kind of start not serious tailgating, but just like a little bit. She can tell I'm tense, and then she's just like, "Dad, I don't like it when you do this." And and it was like,
I don't like it when you do this.
Well, she didn't say that exact quote, please. But Dad, no, you don't need to, it's fine. We'll just get there. And I'm like, well, yeah, but this is annoying. And so, but she got so tense just from my, like, not even road rage where I was just like, come on,
Edging again.
Yeah. Edging.
You were edging.
Yeah, I was edging. I was edging.
Yeah.
But really the thing I wanted to confess that I'm not so proud of, which I'm not proud of that either. This week, I was a little ungenerous with myself. We've talked a little bit about weight loss journey, and I'm on my own weight loss journey right now. And it's not always going as fast as you want it to go.
Sure.
So I remember like kind of looking in the mirror and being like, I made progress. Doesn't feel like enough. Why did I get to this point where I have to be on this journey? Why, just starting to beat yourself up in my head over it and over it and over it and over it again. Yeah. I didn't let myself feel bad about it for a long time, but long enough where it's like, oh, I don't, don't like this feeling. I don't like this feeling of beating myself up over, especially over weight. So I'm trying to release myself from it. So I think I'm making progress because I don't live in that constantly, but definitely it comes back and bites me on occasion.
Yeah. That's super relatable, man.
Yeah,
like that feeling of like we were talking about, you can't see yourself how you actually are in the moment.
No, totally. Eliza Coupe, do you have any confessions?
Any road rage?
Yeah, road
I have
rage.
severe
Child abuse.
road rage. I have severe road rage. No, I committed murder.
Yes. All right.
This week. Yeah.
And you want to confess?
Yeah, I feel like this is the time.
Yeah,
So I killed a fly.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
I don't like killing anything.
A desert.
But it's
wow.
gotten to the point where these flies, because we have 5 dogs. So
Well,
where there's dogs, there's fucking flies.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're just trying to compose an email on your phone or respond to someone, and then a fucking fly gets on you. And it's just
How'd you do it?
a fly swatter. And I didn't just kill one.
Well, that's premeditated.
Right.
Genocide. It was a genocide.
Wow.
Wow.
That's premeditated.
So I
murder.
feel, and I do, that actually does sit with me. Like if
Yeah?
I kill a fly or if I have to kill ants, it's a whole thing.
Oh,
I had like
It really sits
I had
with
like
me.
a spider apocalypse on my front porch when my wife was pregnant, my ex-wife. And I went out there with 2 cans of One Shot and like sprayed the
No,
whole
it's-
area.
I-
And I'm not kidding. It was like 100 spiders just
No.
like slowly dying on their webs.
no, I have
And
a deal with
that messed me
spiders.
up.
Like the spiders and I have a deal. It's like I'll see them in my bathroom or wherever it is, and I'm just like, I won't hurt you. I won't do anything to you. You don't do anything to me. We're good. But the flies, like if it were one fly, okay, live your life. Okay, bug me. I get it. Like maybe you're an old, relative coming back. Terrible way to come back to me.
Yeah.
I hate you
Just
now.
for, like, that
yeah,
one moment.
just for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But like an onslaught of like 10 flies.
Did you kill them all?
Yeah.
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 So you did. You went ham. You just
Yeah,
were
my
like,
my husband really goes for them.
yeah.
He's here, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes,
This is our first visitor in the studio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
We thought it was cool. Glad to be here. All right.
So yeah, I committed a lot of murder.
Yeah.
and I felt bad for it.
Good job.
I mean, I was
Yes.
vegetarian and vegan for so long, and then I do eat meat now.
We
but
had also talked a lot about, I think I'm getting the impression from you that you really think life is kind of a big full circle. Like we come back and come back.
oh
and
yeah,
we
I think
know each other
we've already
well.
come back in different. There's parallel dimensions going on, and
So flies.
wow.
You know,
so flies.
part
Like
of the whole
maybe
thing.
that was me
Right.
in an alternate reality and dimension, and I just killed myself.
Well, yeah, but that's
hate
that's
yourself.
okay.
I guess that's
hate
really
yourself.
that's really the takeaway.
You hate yourself times 10.
Maybe it's more that I just bother myself.
Yeah.
Right. But we
It's
all
more
have,
of a metaphor than
we all have our journeys though, even
Yeah.
the flies, and that was their journey.
Yeah,
It just wasn't,
exactly.
It just, in a fly's life though, they had a pretty good deal
But I
going.
almost did them a
They were on
favor
the
too, right?
dogs,
So if they're going to go to their next life,
Right.
I ended
You
it
just
very
sped up the
quickly.
process, yeah.
So now they're on to something else.
Yeah.
But genuinely, I am curious. That does sit in you in a place of like, I killed a creature.
Yeah, I think about it all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
My kids are like growing to be that way from living in Ojai. I think that no, for real. They like I'll be like I'll stomp out a spider without even thinking about it.
Right.
Like, I've been bitten by
I would
brown
cry
recluse
if I saw
twice.
you do
I've
that,
been
I'd cry.
hospitalized from spider bite. You would.
I would.
Oh.
But I mean, I get it because we all do things to the level of our own experience, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, I had a scorpion in my office when I lived in Malibu and got gloves. It was like attacking the gloves, and I got him out. But
Oh wow.
I just couldn't. And I had a snake in my house in Malibu at one
Yeah.
point. This was long ago.
Snakes are okay. It's spiders for me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to fucking cozy up with a rattlesnake,
No,
but I do
you're not gonna
appreciate
murder
them.
it either.
No, I'm not going to kill it. I'm
Just
not gonna
flies.
kill it. Yeah.
Oh.
Just flies.
You have a bottom line.
But see, the thing with me with why I killed the fly is because it was annoying me because I was busy doing something. Like, had
Yeah.
I just been sitting there, I would have just like shoot it away. But
Right.
it really,
Yeah, well, that's
impeded
when we
upon
lash
my
out. I do
moment.
that with my kid. I don't kill her, but like if I'm trying to like compose an email,
Yeah.
and I'm like, and she has a legitimate thing. I'm like, just
out
give
the
me 1
flash.
Oh, I
minute.
know, I know.
And I've talked to that before, where I feel like I'm not proud of myself in that moment, and like, oh, that's not the kind of parent I want to be.
I know,
but at the
yeah.
same time, I'm trying to get this thing done
Yeah.
so I can give you my full
yeah,
attention.
that's it. Like with the dogs,
Yeah.
they'll come up and
babies,
you know, 5 dogs and they're like wild. So there's one's half wolf and one's half coyote. Then they had babies.
Oh, we
It's a
gotta
whole
talk about
thing.
that.
Yeah.
I had a coyote.
You did?
Yeah, but I want to hear about your
Okay.
place. Yeah.
The half wolf Jedi will always come up and like he needs affection, so he's like pawing at me. I get annoyed and I'm like, ugh. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
This is a being with no point of view except for love.
Right,
And here
right.
I am just like, what the fuck? I'm
Yeah.
trying to get this email off.
Yeah.
Or I'm scrolling Instagram. This is way important.
Yeah, doom scrolling.
Way more
gets-
important.
yeah.
I missed a word there.
Everything
that's
gets in the way of doom scrolling for me.
Yeah.
I had this is a crazy thing. I didn't know that anybody else ever had a coyote dog.
Yeah.
Is it just a coyote or is it a coyote mix?
It's half coyote.
yeah.
Half
So I
whatever.
adopted a German Shepherd when I was like 21. was a little parvo puppy, like it was in the kennel, and it had the little brown nose, and it was like eating its own diarrhea. And
Oh
we
yeah,
want
that's
that one.
that's what they do.
Yeah,
The coyotes.
You want that one? You want to pick that
Yeah.
one? Right? It was just so cute, and we
Is
named
this a
him
real
Driggs.
conversation?
Yeah.
Wait, you had a coyote dog?
Well, I'll tell you, it was wild. Literally, we had the little puppy, and he was like the cutest little thing. And then he was just a dud. He just sat there for like a month, and he was just this little like sleepy dud puppy. And we were like, man, we picked a lemon. And then out of the blue, he just like got 3 times bigger. And like all of the German Shepherd markings kind of dropped off him, and he was just that weird rusty color. And he got like the weird ridge back, and we were like,
Oh my god.
we finally got him neutered and got him back. And then he just like internally bled for days after the neutering. And we took him back to the vet, and we were like, what's going on? Like, did they mess up the sutures? And they're like, no, everything's okay. We're going to check him out, leave him here overnight. And then we get a call the next day, and they're like, he's internally bleeding because he's a hemophiliac, because this is a coyote. We were like, what? They're like, well, he's a German Shepherd and a coyote mated.
Oh, really?
And I think it's mostly German Shepherd or coyote. And that's what happens when wild blood meets
That's
domesticated blood.
really interesting.
Half the time they're hemophiliacs. So I had to fly vitamin K in, like
Oh my
$40 a
God.
pill, and get him on these pills. I'm like 19, 20 years old, or 20, I guess.
Whoa.
Anyway, that
Wow.
dog wasn't with us for too long.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that can't last that long.
I tried, man. Driggs Garbanzo Enrique Ponce Jones Labias.
Yeah, I just wish it was a longer name.
Well, there is more. There's more to it. But anyway, I didn't know anybody else ever had. Did you intentionally?
No,
buy it?
we rescued Zelda, and
Oh, that's cute.
she's. I mean, I don't know. Is she half? We think she's half. It's like very obvious that she's coyote because
Yeah.
she's just different
Oh, and so wily, right?
and so wily and really smart.
Yeah.
But
Very
when she
wily.
had the puppies, this was a whole thing. I mean, she had the puppies, 8 puppies,
Whoa.
and then one of her breast exploded, and it looked like a cut up pomegranate. That was disgusting for all of you, but I needed to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
it.
that's- yeah.
And so she couldn't breastfeed the puppies. But now I'm actually thinking like she bled a lot from that. Like
Right.
I'm wondering if that had anything to do
Apparently
with
it's
it.
very common, the
Just
hemophilia.
looking at my husband and can't even see you without my glasses on. So,
He's there. I can see. I'm sorry.
so anyway,
I'm wondering if we can go back, to the road rage of it all. Because
Oh.
you guys both all had reactions to it, and then you apologized about killing a fly, but you were like ready to go after this person in the car.
no, it's every time I drive.
But why do we get so angry?
Well, if you think about the road rage thing, we've all been each person. We've done the thing that we're yelling at the person for, and we've been every single person in that situation.
yeah.
I've been going too slower. I haven't known where I'm going, so I'm going, and I'm like,
didn't
where am I
notice the lights
going?
turn green, yeah.
It's like, but we yell at that. I don't know. I think it's actually just a beautiful lesson in like, we've all been everyone.
Right, but you still get super
Oh no,
angry.
I want to
Yeah,
kill
yeah,
people.
yeah.
But that's why though, right? Because who do you get the most mad at in your whole life? It's yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like-
Absolutely.
so if you can manifest that in somebody else, it's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I can see that works.
Yeah,
I feel like,
That's
yeah,
true.
you're getting deep on
that's
it
true.
there.
No, it's true. No, I like that. I like that. That
Yeah,
checks
but
out.
it is funny, like the quickness and the level of ire that you get up to when it comes to
Oh,
driving.
it is
instantaneous.
And the
is like
words that
worst-
come out of my
yeah.
mouth, the combination.
Yeah,
Of words.
like a lethal combo that you've never
yeah.
even said before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the words
Yeah,
that
it's
don't
crazy.
even go together.
yeah, I don't like it. Road rage feels bad. I watched a person, where you're going the overpass on the 405 off Sunset, and it's
Yes.
always backed up like
Yes.
crazy, and people are trying to get on the
Yes.
highway. I was there one time waiting in that monster line, and a person got out of their car, this rather large human being, and smashed their fists through this person's window and pulled them out of their driveway window.
Well, I think
And
yeah.
I was like, oh my, she looked like a rhino. She was just like,
Oh my
pulled
God.
this person out of the thing. And I was just like, whoa, and everyone just drove around her. We were just like, fuck
Yeah.
it. I'm not getting involved. But
I think it's a control thing, right? It's always a control thing because you want to control how everyone's doing something. So if like, also most people are running late.
yeah,
So they're on some level mad at themselves that they're running late. So they need to blame
Yeah.
everyone else. And then they can't control the situation. It's all control. I
I
mean,
think also in LA that everyone thinks that they have something more important than you to do. Everyone's like, oh, you don't understand. I have a meeting
Oh, yeah.
that I can't miss.
I know. Yeah.
I have an audition
Yeah.
that I can't
Yeah.
miss. So everyone has this like level of like,
yeah.
I'm just going to bend the rules
Yep.
a little bit because you don't understand
Yeah.
what I have today.
Reason number 5 million why I hate LA.
Yeah, you're in LA. You're like you left. You
I left.
in the rearview mirror.
I
gone.
left, gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't like it. The energy in LA is so incongruent with my
Yeah.
own.
You lived there for a long time though, right?
Kind of. I mean, I lived in I lived all over, but I lived in Topanga. I lived in
Right.
Malibu. I lived in Brentwood.
And now you're in Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
J Tree.
Yeah, which is like Ojai, but
Drier.
Drier Ojai.
Less
yeah.
things to drink.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. The J Tree and the Ojai of it all. That
I know.
We both like left. Like,
Well, I always thought I was going to move to Ojai.
did you?
Yeah. I loved Ojai.
We stopped in Topanga on the way. We were like, because our
Yeah.
friend Zach Knighton
Yeah.
lives up there. My friend Adam Brody was up there, and I was like, it's the next logical step was Topanga. And then we got up there and we were like, we didn't move there. And I was like, no, let's go a little further. We went to
Yeah.
Ojai. You did the same, but you went
Yeah.
No, Joshua.
I was like, I need to get out.
just a little farther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I could go further.
I feel like for me, it would be like Santa Barbara would be next.
Oh.
And then it might be like Monterey.
Yeah. I'm thinking
then-
Costa Rica.
Oh, yeah. Like way off kind. I love it. Yeah.
No, but I mean, I love Joshua Tree so much. I feel like it's one of the energy vortexes. So, and Ojai is too.
Yeah.
Big energy vortex.
That's what we were talking about, the magic.
Yeah,
in
and it's
the
magic.
desert. I really do believe
There's
there's
just
magic
something
out
that I think too, like I came from a small town. I grew up in a small town in New Hampshire, and something about like just like one main street, like one thing. It's just very, I don't know. I get very overwhelmed very easily. So I like to know where everything is. I'll still stay home.
Yeah,
But I want to
But-
know that it's all right there.
Yeah.
And I've got like the one place we go to, go out and then we can walk to it. And
It's simple.
I like
it's
that.
simplified.
Yeah.
I find whenever I come into LA, no offense, as soon as I get anywhere past Calabasas, I start seeing billboards.
No, I
and
can't. I
everything's
can't.
like
I
everything's
hate it.
telling
I
me
hate
what
it.
to do
I
and
hate
what to
it.
buy. And then I get off the highway and I'm just like itchy.
I know.
I don't like
I know.
pulling into
The
anywhere in
consumerism,
LA.
it's in your face, everything. It's not that I live in a bubble, like, because my bubble is like, I didn't even, before I met my husband, I didn't even own a TV. I didn't watch TV for 5
Right.
years.
Oh, wow.
Had no interest. And I don't want to be told what to buy, think, feel, anything. I mean, there's so many, we're being conditioned on so many levels, subconscious and conscious of what to say
Yeah,
and
well,
feel.
and it can be a relief though.
Yeah.
Well, because then I don't have to think. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think what's cool about that is that like, yeah, you maybe from an outside perspective, you've like limited your experience, but I think in a lot of ways internally you've expanded,
Yeah.
right? I find that too. Without all the noise and the clutter,
Yeah.
I'm much freer to be like, oh, who am I?
Yeah.
what do I want?
haven't-
Who are my kids? you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the news in probably 10 years.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot happening.
I have
And
no
you probably
idea.
should.
I have
we,
no
we,
idea.
we can catch you up.
I have no. I'm
Yeah,
good.
okay.
I'm good.
Let's change the theme of the podcast today.
I just have no interest. I mean, if there's something very important, of course, I'm going to find out. You can't not
Yeah.
find out.
I'm sure you know who the president is, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I know I do.
Yeah.
I don't have any interest in any of that stuff. I'm just like, if it disrupts my peace, I don't want to know about it.
Well, okay, that's a good segue for me then. So one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about, and you said you were super into talking about this, is like the online bullshit you've been facing.
Yeah.
Specifically, I think on social.
Yeah.
About your body.
Yeah, it's been super fun.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Like, because it's frustrating from an outside perspective. I'm
Yeah.
Like, leave her alone.
It's come up so much, and I was actually just sharing with my husband on the drive here. It's like when you're being criticized for something over and over again, right? Or something keeps coming up. Where on a subconscious level have I given people an invitation to do that to me?
Right.
Right. So
Oh, you're looking for your own.
I
involvement
always
in it?
you can only
Yeah.
you can
No.
only look to yourself,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So if something's happening and it's continuing to happen, who's the common denominator, right? So it's me.
Yeah.
That's not making myself wrong in any way, because
No,
I
no,
know
no,
I
no.
wasn't wrong
Yeah.
and I know I haven't been wrong. But I do know that I have struggled with insecurities. I mean, I'm a female actor. You don't just come out of that unscathed, right? You don't go into that unscathed,
No,
first
no.
of all. To have spent a life of like, I've had such a journey with body and food and
Yeah.
weight and all the things. I was very heavy when I was younger, and that was not okay. And then I went the other direction. That wasn't like, it was criticized for that. And it was like, I realized I can't win, but I never really asked myself, where do I want to be? Like, oh, everyone wants me to be this, so I shouldn't be this, but I should be this. It's like, so that kind of like unknowing, that indecision, I think bleeds out of me on a subconscious level, so that certain people in my life, or anybody, even especially the media, socials, everything, they're so uninventive. And so they have no imagination, and they're also stupid.
Yeah.
And so they're going to go for the cheapest thing, the easiest thing, the clickbait thing.
Yeah.
But I have to look at that as go, okay, if we all come into this life, right, we all choose, in my opinion, we all choose the life that we choose. We choose the bodies we choose, because we're here to heal something for the collective, right? That's everyone's purpose here, whatever that is. It
Yeah.
can be a minor thing, it can be a major thing, but the thing that keeps coming up all the time, That's what we came here to heal for everyone. So we have to heal it within ourselves and know it better than anybody, struggle with it more than anybody. And then only then can we heal it in ourselves. And therefore it's a ripple effect and it's healing everyone.
Yeah.
In some way.
Mahasava, right?
Right.
That's that idea that
Yeah.
like, you don't know what your ripple can do.
So when all that stuff happened, it's just so funny, that whole red carpet experience.
Yeah, can you give us a little context for people who don't know?
So
I don't actually know.
Yeah.
God, okay. Well,
This is all okay with you.
I'm fine with it. Yeah. It still bothers me if I stumble across that altered photo of me on the internet.
And when was this, by the way?
It was like 2 months ago.
Okay. Oh, very recent.
Yeah.
3 months
Yeah.
ago, 2 months ago. I did this show called The Residents, right? And it got all held up from the strike. Okay. There'd been so much going on in my own personal life. We finally filmed that thing. I hadn't worked. And for actors, people who don't know, you don't get paid until the frickin' job is complete, right? So it's not like you have money yet.
Yeah. Right.
And then we had pandemic, we had strike after strike, and then no work, and shit went crazy. And so I was barely hanging on financially, right? And that's crazy to say because I've had many shows, but that's what happens.
That's the reality. Me too.
It's the reality, right? And I was so young when I made so much money. I didn't know what to do with it, so I just spent it. And I also supported my family, and I gave a lot away. But so there was a lot of stress from that, and then there was like they gave me a small budget for the premiere of The Residents when it finally came out.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I like vintage clothes, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna go get a vintage dress, a dress that would have looked great at a party and not on a red carpet. Okay. So the stress of all of that. My own struggles with I have a thyroid condition. And so we were trying to adjust the medicine, which is very tricky with the thyroid. It's a very delicate thing. So you go too far one way, you go too far the other way. It's going to mess with you.
And it affects your weight.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not major, but it's enough that you could probably notice. I don't necessarily know if that's what the thing is. I have racked my brain as to what is this? But that's not really an excuse. It's not really even a reason, but I'm just sharing what I was going through at the time. So, because the thyroid controls so much, I mean, it's your endocrine system, right? Yeah.
Hormone,
So it can mess with you. Leading up to that, I go and get this vintage dress. I'm very excited. I'm like, this is my first red carpet in so long. I was so excited to go out there and also to not use a stylist because they always put me in something that I'm like, this is the most uncomfortable thing and is so not me. I'm like, I'm going to dress myself.
Took a swing.
I'm going to take a risk, right? I'm going to take a risk. Right. It was a big fail. It was a really big fail.
It was a big fail in what way?
In the way in which the dress was too big for me.
Okay. Did you feel like you failed? I guess that was the thing.
I didn't at the time.
Okay.
But it's funny what photos of you in an entire narrative can do to you.
Yeah.
It makes you second guess your own knowing, right? It's very powerful, which is why it can control the masses, right? It can. Yeah. Somebody says one thing and it's going to make everyone think something or believe in something. So that's the beauty and the downfall of the world we live in. So, yeah. The makeup was perhaps a little too heavy. I don't know. The hair was wrong. The whole thing was so wrong, but I didn't look like what those photos said I looked like. I didn't look like that. My husband has all the photos. He has the real photos. So they don't look like that.
Photoshopped your photos.
They just upped the contrast, did some weird shit to it, sharpened everything.
And, which can drastically change your appearance.
And made me look like I was 1,000 years old and dying.
Right.
I've written a memoir that I haven't published yet, but there's a lot of, so much in there about my journey with food and my body and being a woman and what I've been through. And I don't necessarily subscribe to any sort of label for someone that's anorexia, that's an eating disorder. But if I were to subscribe to those things, yes, I've struggled with all of those. And I've had some serious trauma as a child that obviously lent itself to making that happen. And then also being an actor and the stress. And people don't realize that certain people like me, if I'm really stressed, I drop weight.
I go the other way.
Yeah. I get it though. And I will, sometimes that can happen to me too. I will be my adrenals will be so taxed, everything, my cortisol, everything's out of whack and I can't stop eating. Yeah. And then for me, it's so many things can happen there. The self-hate, the whole thing, the load. Cortisol's the worst.
I have a thing called Couvade syndrome. You ever heard of it?
No.
So, I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
I'll
So anyway, it's I feel like something that is so interesting is someone created the Daily Mail, whatever. They created a narrative, right? People automatically assume if someone is lean, right, or skinny, they're on drugs.
Yeah. One of two things, right? Drugs or you're sick.
Drugs or you're or anorexic or whatever. And we're so body positive, right? Unless it's someone skinny.
Mm-hmm.
No one would ever take a photo of a heavy woman and go, you look freaking disgusting. Are you on drugs? You look awful. No, we would never do that. But if someone's skinny, that's what they'll do. And it's very frustrating because if anyone really knew me, like I know more about health than most like traditional doctors.
Right.
I do. Max, that's a big statement, but I'm saying it.
No, I believe you. Yeah. When you go through a medical thing for most of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know more about like alternative medicine and what to eat and how to eat and supplements and superfoods and exercise and all the biohacking. I know it all. I've done it all. I didn't drink for 18 years. I was sober at, 20 something, right? But it wasn't for that. It was for a food. I was in a food program.
Right.
So you take out all sugar and all flour and alcohol with sugar, right?
Yeah.
So I just was to take it out for 90 days. And then I never went back because I was like, oh, it's not my thing.
Lucky.
I know, right? I do drink now, but I don't drink. I mean, it's not even, it has no charge for me. I mean, food has always been my thing. Yeah. So I was in a food program for 7 years.
Yeah.
I sponsored people. It was an anonymous program, but I'm just putting it out there. But I sponsored people. It was, you weigh and measure your food. You can't eat anything in between. It has to be on a scale. You even bring your scale to restaurants sometimes. I mean, I was poster child for this. And it was great. It was great for at the time. That is what I needed. And then I learned other ways of being able to manage that without having to be in a program.
More intuitively, maybe?
Yeah, more intuitively. I started working with this healer who goes and does a lot of soul fragment retrieval. So like anywhere where your soul might have broken off in a traumatic situation, big or small, you go back through trance and you retrieve it and you put yourself back together. So I went all over the world.
Yeah, I did EMDR for quite a while.
Oh yeah.
Similar, I think.
Similar.
I want to get some details about that.
Yeah, you would love her.
I like to try a little bit of every therapy.
Becca Vandenberg is one of the most brilliant people I've ever met. She's basically a shaman.
You guys hear that? Okay.
Yeah, she's basically
Becca Vandenberg.
Shaw woman.
Right.
And she's my best friend.
Shaw person.
Okay, thank you. Shaw person. But I started doing that work and then I realized like, because I was also, side note, another thing with nobody knows about this about me is I was on amphetamines for most of my life.
Right, prescribed though, you said, right?
No, I severe ADHD.
Yeah.
So I was put on Ritalin at 9 years old and I didn't know any different. So for me, that setup of feast or famine was like very set up for me because when you're on an amphetamine, you're not hungry. You don't eat. When it wears off, you're an animal.
You're starving.
You want to eat everything, right? So I got very used to, you don't eat all day and you just eat when you get home.
Right.
That just 9 years old.
Right.
I was on it since I was 9.
Yeah.
Stayed on it. I mean, on and off and then stayed on it and then finally got off of it at 33, I think.
Holy shit.
Yeah. My whole life.
Whoa.
So that does something to your brain. It also does something to your weight. And when you go off of that, I mean, when I went off of amphetamines, I actually gained a ton of weight. And then I got myself, healthy again and looking great again, all that. Nobody saw that because I wasn't working. I've been through so much that when people are like, you were a drug addict, I'm like, no, I was on drugs, but that was prescribed. I never abused them.
Yeah.
I never took more than I was supposed to. I did what the doctor told me to.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't do normal doctors anymore.
Well, and so then with this photo on the red carpet.
Yeah.
So, okay, now if people are saying you're on drugs, what's been the journey in those 2 months? Because I know Tyler was saying like, hey, people are commenting on your Instagram and all this stuff, but you're clapping back.
I like the way you took hold of the narrative. From what I can see. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I still get comments. It's like I can put up a photo of my dogs and they'll be like, you need to eat a burger. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And what's funny is like, I've gotten still, I mean, it was very fascinating just like to step back and look at even my family, how they handled it, right?
Yeah.
My parents came out to visit right after that because it was a scheduled trip. They were coming out. I was devastated. That whole press experience like shredded me.
Yeah, people don't know that either.
They
right?
don't know
you
that
get
it just
rocked by a
destroyed
thing.
me.
Yeah.
Because I had such a great time that night. I was so looking forward to it. Like to see those photos, I was like, that just wiped out that entire experience.
That's heartbreaking, man.
So
That
I was
sucks.
gutted. And like also, my career had been like stagnant. I finally was on a red carpet again. I was so excited. And like I got to celebrate with like my manager and my friends and then my husband and Sean, our agent.
Yeah, our agent. Yeah,
and we all went out and we were having so much fun. And then it was like, and also I'm very proud of the work I did on that show.
Yeah, you're great in it, by
Thank
the way.
you.
Yeah.
And then that's all like all of a sudden it's painted with this
Yeah.
energy.
Right,
Like,
right.
I don't want that. So
Right.
my parents came out right after that. And I'm very close with my family. Like, I love my parents so much. And they were so supportive. They were like, my dad was like, I'm going to find whoever that is and kill them, you know.
Yeah.
And they even saw me. They're like, you don't look like that. I'm like, no shit, I don't look like that. They were like, you look great. They go home back to New Hampshire. Like 2 days after they get back home, they read something, another comment. And my dad's like, Liza, are you on drugs? I'm like, what? You were just out here.
Yep.
You were just out here. And you also know that
Don't
I've never
believe
done
the
that.
hype.
But it's just so funny because power of suggestion is so fucking powerful
Yeah.
that it can change the way you see something. And it's like you see a photo, even though that person could be literally sitting right in front of you. You're like, oh no, you're so
boy.
sick. Wait,
Yeah, yeah.
you look, wait. And it's like,
Well, yeah, and a little switch gets tripped in your
Yeah.
head, right? Yeah, and
Yeah.
you can't unflip it.
the journey in these past few months has been like looking at I started to look at myself differently. Like I started to actually see that photo when I would look in the mirror. Like it sounds crazy, but I'd be like, am I missing something? Am I not
Right. Am I the
seeing-
one who's wrong?
Is this me?
Yeah.
Is it me that's wrong? And I've been having to look at like, where do I take blame for things that weren't my fault? Right. So where does that come from? And I've been just kind of like digging in and writing a lot. And also it's just funny because once that came up and what it showed me is that I really don't like the business. Don't
Yeah.
like the entertainment business.
Yeah.
I love acting, but I don't know if I shared with you, but like I like the moments
Yeah.
between action and cut.
I
That's
was
it.
going to quote you. Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
between
That's
action
it.
and cut
Action
is
and
great.
cut.
Everything else.
I'll do it. Give me a job. I will thrive in those moments, but everything else,
Well, except for podcasts. I mean,
obviously,
Okay, all
that's
right,
where
good.
I was
Yeah,
going.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
The
adjacent.
next-
It's
yeah.
industry
Yeah, this-
adjacent.
yeah,
This is-
industry
this is
adjacent.
It's
fun.
different though. Like it's the people.
yeah.
Like I've been asked to be on other podcasts. I don't say yes, but it's because
Oh, this is
Yeah.
Tyler. I
Yeah.
see. I know.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's how we knew
Nailed it.
Tyler would like, because I'm not like a public person. Tyler is. And so we all in the production team, we all figured out that Tyler seems really nice, but we figured out he's actually nice because
Yeah.
everyone he asks says yes.
Yeah.
And so it's
But
like, and
that's
it's a
which is
Which is a
testament.
surprise to me too.
It's-
I was
it's-
like,
no,
oh,
but
you actually do
that's
like me.
beautiful. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
it's a testament to Tyler.
Yeah,
It
and
really
that's the only
is.
people
Yeah.
I want to be surrounded by in this
Yeah.
business. Like, I don't know. I've always been kind of on the outskirts because I care about the craft of acting. Like I love to act, but I don't even consider myself an actor. I consider myself an artist, and one of my art forms is acting.
Yeah.
But as far as like the business goes, I just think I never played the game right. Like I just never, even a red carpet, like
the
I can't
exact
seem to
same.
do it right.
Tyler, I feel like one of these days it could happen for me that I could have a hot babe at my apartment.
Yeah.
And maybe with some romance in the air.
Yeah.
And you know the first thing I would do?
Candle.
That's
I beat
exactly
you to it.
Yeah, you candle. I would light one of these night blooms candles that we have here on set.
Yeah.
In fact, they're our signature I love you so much scent.
Ambiance is everything.
Oh, it totally is.
Yeah. The warm glow cast from a candle. I mean, it's unbeatable.
And I'm going to be able to sit there and seem very virtuous as well because I'll be able to say to the hot babe, look, these are handcrafted. These are non-toxic. These are safe for pets.
1%
and
for the planet.
1% to the planet. Making out with me basically helps save the world. I mean, this
We got to making out already. I love it. We're at first
well,
base.
when you light the candles, I mean,
I dig it. I dig
you're
it.
going to do it.
Optimism.
So look, you can go to nightbloomsgoods.com, use the code ILYSM, and you're going to get 20% off your entire order.
ILYSM 20.
ILYSM20 at nightbloomsgoods.com. If you want the special collab candle, the I Love You So Much candle, which is a enticing blend of santal and yuzu blossom,
right.
you can check that out exclusively in our merch store, ilysmpod.com. You know, Tyler, I know this looks like a high-level production because it is a high-level production. But what people might not know is we are bootstrapping this thing.
We
And
are
so-
in deep.
and we're hoping that people are connecting with our content, and we are actually have a community formed on Patreon. And we are so excited about this community. People are coming together. We're going to be having really great conversations about some of the stuff that's going on in this show. We've got behind the scenes stuff. We have ad-free episodes of this show. So you won't have to hear Patreon ads in the thing if you subscribe to the Patreon. I mean, it's pretty good system.
It's pretty
there.
great. And I shot some BTS today on the way into the record. I just like, I like to film myself driving.
You do. I think
very safe.
I don't want you to die because of our Patreon. I'm trying to get Patreon footage. So maybe pull over.
It'd be a good clip though.
It would be But we get a lot of cancellations after that,
true,
though.
true.
I
Okay.
think, because I want it to go on after you're dead.
Right.
And so we're doing playlists, we're doing behind the scenes footage, we're doing ad-free episodes, a lot of other stuff. We're doing all of our gratitude lists.
We're
we
gonna
talked
put
about in the show.
the
are gonna
Tiny
be on
Legends
the-
gratitude list up.
Yes, absolutely. And so if you want to check it out, it's patreon.com/ILYSM pod. ILYSM pod. You can get in. We have like a $5 level, $10 level. We got the big hundo,
top tier.
the big hundo dollar
Yeah.
level. So get in there, check it out. We'd love to see you in there, and we appreciate your support so much.
We sure do.
Can I say something controversial to you actors? Which is nobody likes the business because it's wretched.
No, I get that.
It is
And I
wretched.
will
Everyone
also
knows the
say,
pitfalls, right?
as a woman, it's the most impossible fucking thing because you're supposed to be skinny, you're supposed to whatever, and I
you
see this
can't
happen.
win.
You can't win.
You can't win. If I were to go gain 20 pounds, for the same amount of people that have a problem with my weight now would have a problem with me gaining weight. You can't win.
Yeah, you literally lose your mind.
Yeah. And it's like, I even look at different stages of my life, and people have had problems with every stage of my life as what I look like.
I want to say something too, that like we kind of focus on the toxicity of mostly men in this podcast. Not that we're exempt from it. We're trying to learn about what that is, toxic masculinity. And like, I've been on a fitness journey myself.
Yeah.
Reed's going on.
Yeah.
And like the comments that I get, even like people have said horrifically mean shit to me. Like, I don't even want to get into it, but like really discouraging things. And it's always guys. It's always men. Like, and you go look at their profile and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, it's always this like,
well, that's so interesting.
But like, so do you find, that's my question really is like, is this all driven by shitty men?
No, it's what's weird
Is
it's women.
Damn.
And
women?
It's women that have the problem with me.
Toxic femininity.
So these comments are not coming from the men.
No, the men are the ones that'll be like, bitch, gain some weight. And it's like, okay. But the women are like, I hope, or I guess there was one guy who's like, I hope you get the help you need. I'm like, okay.
So the men are,
I do too. Fuck off.
The men are just calling you disgusting. The women are actually trying to care for you.
Cut.
I mean, in a way,
it's very thinly veiled caring.
Yeah.
It's
Passive
very,
care.
it's
but none
just
of it
this
is not. I mean, I
passive-
guess the guys are all, eat a fucking cheeseburger. I guess that's their way of
but
caring
I
too,
always laugh
right?
because
Yeah.
I
still
had
fuck you.
seriously. But I've had this. I've had a guy friend who's lovely, but he was like, yeah, if you just put on like 20 to 25 pounds, I'm like, let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there. Women gain weight differently, every single woman. Do you think it's just going to go to my tits and my ass? Because it's not.
Right.
So if I were to gain 20 to 25 pounds, it's not going to look like, all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. It's like
just proportionally fills you out.
No. One, my hormones are going to go crazy. Everything's going to go crazy. One, that's not my body type. And it's just like laughable that dudes are just like, if you just, if you had an ass and some tits, I'm like, wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Like people go and get implants for that.
But if you went and bought them, people would have comments about that shit too.
Oh my
like,
God, why didn't
it's
you
all
do it
paid for.
naturally? Exactly.
I have a bit of an issue, obviously, with the amount of like hate and bullshit around bodies, because I feel like it's like the last bastion of public heckling.
True.
Like
you're so right.
And it goes for obese people too. I know
That's
it's
so
worse
true.
for people who like you get like, oh, she's sick or it's like, what do they call it? It's like a white girl problem. Right? It's like,
I've gotten that my whole life. Too.
But it's like, that's bullshit. That's a horribly offensive thing to say. But people feel free to say whatever they want about someone's body. But we're so, there's so many moratoriums around, race, where you're from. But the most personal fucking thing that you could possibly be offended over, the vessel that you are on this earth in for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
And people feel like it's okay to just rip you apart because
I don't
of it.
get it.
And it's just, this isn't even a thing.
No.
This is just the thing we walk around in.
No.
I can't understand why we have so many blockades up around everything else, except for people feel like totally free to
just
comment
comment
on the
body.
most personal thing.
Yeah. People will be like, it's my body, my choice for certain things, right?
Yeah.
But it's also,
Yeah.
this is my body.
Yeah.
Okay. And the thing that I think got me the most is that then people are attacking like my awareness, my consciousness, and my intelligence if they honestly think that I'm going to treat the one thing that I got this lifetime. That's really the only thing you have control over in your life is this. This is it. This is all you got. That I'm going to actually harm it and do something to it. And I've never done drugs. I mean, okay,
Except for all the amphetamines. Yeah.
Except for the copious amount of amphetamines. But no, like, and of course in college, like you try stuff, but like, I don't smoke weed. I don't do any of that. I mean, I kind of drink. Like, I don't do anything. Yeah. So it's like, for people to make that comment about me, it's like, that's actually the most insulting thing, because it's like actually saying, oh, we think you're this type of person. It's like, have you seen me ever talk before on a talk show or seen my work? Like, not to toot my own horn, but that doesn't look like a stupid person that's going to do
not at
something
all.
stupid.
And it's like, it's such an assumption that
It
people
is.
like, they just love to make for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that I have tattoos and that my husband's a skater and he has tattoos. I mean, we've gotten comments
I
together
want to talk about that. in a
that
little while.
we're, you know,
I was watching your
druggies
videos,
together
man.
and we're, you know,
Yeah.
and it's
living
just-
on Joshua Tree.
Yeah, we
on
live
the
in
drug
Joshua Tree and we just have
hobble,
a fucking meth lab.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Bryan
dogs
Cranston
and drug
shows up.
addicts.
Like, I mean, I don't know what people think, but
You're out there cooking, man. It's really unfortunate the level of like freedom people feel in commenting.
and I
on
love that
people's
you
bodies.
even talked about that because Billy and I were talking about how anybody can have a voice, right? That's what the internet has done.
Yeah.
Anybody can have a voice. And it's interesting that just because there's 5 comments, which could be from the same account, right? Saying the same thing, people go, oh, look what they're saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
a sudden, fucking Joe from Wisconsin has a voice that we're all making valid
Yeah.
and important.
Yeah.
Apologies to Joe from Wisconsin.
Yeah, Joe from Wisconsin. That was
Yeah.
we don't endorse that comment.
Yeah.
We don't know.
He does have a voice.
He
and
does have a
does-
voice. He is
yeah.
entitled.
No, but
Yes.
another thing about that, another
Yeah.
step further is like we do have a voice. People have a voice now.
Yeah.
Everybody, and this is what we're doing. with
I
it?
know, this is what
That's
we're
what you
doing.
want to do with it.
Exactly.
It's just like
Exactly.
throw hate at people
And,
online.
and so
Exactly.
you guys with the bigger followings on social media, and when people are critical about you on social media, about your weight, and you get it too. I mean, you are clapping back. I mean, are you addressing these people one-to-one, or are you because I could think there's the whole thing
It's
of
a
like
slippery slope. My husband will. He'll go after anybody.
Right, of course,
Good man.
yeah,
You should,
yeah.
You know, he's a skater known
Yeah,
for that.
right.
Like for me, it's like there's so many times
Trucks to the face. Yeah.
there's so many times where I want to go back to this, like that, like
Yeah.
one like I hope you get the
Ooh.
help you need. I'll be like,
Yeah.
let me tell you this.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
want to
yeah.
write a whole thing. I want to just send my memoir, right?
Right.
Like I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
here,
Read
PDF.
this. Yeah. Get back to me later.
Spoiler alert, they won't
Yeah,
read it.
They won't read
Yeah.
it. But it's like I realize that, you know what? It's just such a lesson in let it roll off of you.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
honestly, I guess everything that I've adopted, this energy that I've adopted, this new thing that I've actually not adopted, but like really internalized is fuck it.
A
You
good
can-
case of the fuckets.
A good case
Yeah.
of a good
Yeah.
case of the fuckers because I've had the bad ones.
Yeah.
No, they're
Definitely.
that's it's so messy.
Yeah.
But like the whole thing of like I don't care anymore what people think about me. That experience on the red carpet like really showed me like it doesn't matter because I did everything right before that thing. I mean, the day before that happened, my uncle died. Like so people don't know these things. Like
No.
they don't like, oh, was it your uncle? Were you close with him? Does it matter? It's my family. I'm close with my family. You don't think like they're all in my morphogenic field. I'm going to feel their energy. I'm extremely empathic. So I'm going to feel everything and I care about them. So whether or not I was super close with him, I'm close with my family and I know they're in pain.
That's the ripple as well, right?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter.
It's all in
Yeah.
the thing. It's in the quantum. So nobody knows like all the things. And it's like, okay, if that was so wrong, right? They were so wrong about me, then I'm done trying to defend myself.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
done. All I can do
No,
is
you can
love
never
myself,
win.
take
Yeah.
care of myself, and do the best job at everything I do.
It is an art form though, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
like we were talking about road rage and like engaging. That the thing that pops up in you when you read a comment like that is intoxicating because you almost in a way that you want to join in. I want to sink to your level and write a fucking I want to engage with you,
Yeah.
and then I never feel better.
No.
I've done it. I feel horrible about myself.
Me too.
Other people pile, look
I know.
at what
and
he
then
did.
I feel bad. I actually feel bad for the person that wrote the comment
Yeah.
if I retaliate
I
because
do
I, feel
too.
like, oh no, what if they're just alone in their
Yeah, right.
basement?
Where are they coming from?
Right.
Well,
Did
then
their
all
uncle
you- then
just
all
die?
your
Like,
other-
it's
I know,
everyone
I
has
know.
a journey. I know.
Yeah. No, and then all your fans could pile on too, right? Because you have
and they
'cause
do.
you
They'll be like,
have
"Oh, don't
more-
engage. That's gross. You shouldn't say anything."
I know.
You know.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you literally can't win when
no,
you
you
engage.
can't win. But it's just,
I also
don't
don't want
know.
to shut off comments because I feel like
I
engage
did
with
that
people
for
in
a
very
second.
good way. I did too, and people noticed,
Yep.
obviously.
Yeah.
And then you come back on, they're like, "Oh, you're trying comments again." But it's like, it is really an art form to just navigate
yeah,
the engagement and the letting it roll.
yes.
And letting it roll. I'm glad to say that to hear you say that you can do that because
I'm trying.
yeah,
I'm trying. It's a skater. I've adopted his
Right,
skater
right.
lifestyle.
I like this guy
Because he
Yeah.
does not give a shit what people think. But I can't do what he does where if someone comments, because someone just called him like a dirty hippie on my Instagram, right? And he was like, what's his name? I want to find. I'm like, just let's not. But he's
Yeah.
good at it. He's
Yeah.
so funny. He'll just go back and he's like, I don't care. But I'm like, I'm not a skater. I can't do that. But
Yeah.
as an actor, it's like, I feel like, and I want to get your opinion on this. Like, I feel so much, obviously you do too, because that's why we can do what
we
we
emote
do,
on
right? That's what
command,
we do. I've had so many people in my life be like, you're so sensitive. You're too sensitive. I'm like, right. Well, I get paid for it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going to
yeah.
keep going with
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't want to be told that I'm too sensitive because I think that sensitivity is a beautiful thing and it's actually has worked to my benefit and to other people's benefit, like the generosity and kindness. But it does make every comment that comes out of someone's mouth or on a screen just hit so much harder.
Yeah.
And everyone, like, nobody knows that. Nobody knows how much it hurts us.
Or even if they think they do, they can't really, you know?
Right.
The too sensitive sentiment, which I got my whole life.
Me
like, Tyler,
too.
you're too sensitive. You're overly sensitive. You're dramatic.
I should be an
Don't even
actor.
get me started with the
Yeah,
you should be.
I'm pretty sensitive too.
I firmly believe that you do have a performer in there somewhere. But I
host a podcast.
Yeah, we're getting there. The idea that, and this drives me nuts in the media, that you are supposed to, and we award people for cracking it open on camera and being the most vulnerable and the most crazy and the most depraved, and then you're supposed to close it all up.
Close
and then
it all
when
up.
you're out in the world, you got to be cool.
You got to be cool. You got to like just rolls off me,
and
man.
you're like so
like,
articulate and smart, and like you're cool on the red carpet and interviews.
Nothing
if you show
bothers
even
me.
a modicum of what people want to see on camera in the real world, you're canceled.
And then also
like, they're unstable,
you know, I think I did comment back on a few things and then I deleted them, but they'd be like, you're an actor. This is what you signed up for. It's like, no, I didn't. I signed up to be an actor.
Yeah.
I didn't know this is what it was like. Also, social media wasn't a thing when I became an actor.
Yeah.
That wasn't a thing. What, MySpace?
Yeah, which was awesome. I had my music up there.
Me too.
But then do you feel like if you, devil's advocate, if you hate it so much, why are you doing it? Not acting, but why are you on social media, right? Like, does it make you just want to get off and
I
get off
deleted
of
my
social
last
media?
account.
Yeah.
So I had an account that I deleted and I had like 500,000 followers and I deleted the whole thing.
Wow.
Gone. And then I stayed off for 2 years. I came back on and created a new account. Algorithm was different, right? So I don't have very many followers. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I don't have that many. But when I got back on,
It's a respectable number.
it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
But I had so many more. But when I got back on, I met my husband through Instagram. So that's what makes me kind of go, I hate social media, but had I kept that old account, I never would have. Right.
We
would
don't have any way to reach each other except for Instagram.
Exactly.
And the only reason I even thought about reaching out to you was because you had started following me and we had a couple little comments back and forth. And that happens a lot on Instagram. Yeah. And I'm super addicted to it.
I agree.
You know, that happens too. Yeah.
I agree.
But it is a tool, you know.
It is a tool. And what I've noticed is like, I can gauge what I've been obsessing about or thinking about too much when I go to my Explore page and what shows up, right? Because we know that if you even think about something near your iPhone, all of a sudden, there's a bedspread that I was thinking about, right?
That's what I think about.
That's it. just bedspreads. But it's like, I can gauge like, oh my God. Like the funny thing about all this food and body stuff is my algorithm really is like healthy salad recipes and this and that and like workout stuff.
You should publish that.
I know. I should just screenshot that's what it is.
Yeah. Mine is not that.
Well, tell us about
it's a lot of food stuff, and then it seems to be like OnlyFans models.
I know, right?
Oh my God! Someone told me to start an OnlyFans, and like during the strike, I had literally it was the most fleeting 1 second moment where I was like, "Could I? No,
maybe." But to my defense, it's not like I don't have OnlyFans subscriptions, and I'm not like looking for like porn stuff on like Instagram. But it's just my demographics. It must be like, oh, this 25-year-old with the.
Every time I open Instagram, I'm like,
no, I know.
My girlfriend's like, because you engage with that shit. You can change that.
No, but you know what it can be is if you follow someone who likes that photo, then all of a sudden that shows up. But what I love is that my algorithm has changed to very conscious spiritual stuff. So like then I'm getting all these, I've got like, Alan Watts and I are best friends from, postmortem.
Yeah.
Yeah, one time I watched one of those pimple popping videos.
Oh my God, I love them.
This is
I love them.
No. But this was
okay.
horrible.
I thought you were going.
No, I wasn't. I can't get into it.
But no,
I can't get into it.
I'm not into it either. But then my whole thing for months and months was that.
Your whole thing. Yeah, you had to have engaged more than once.
No, I swear I didn't. But then it's creeping along there on the bottom. I mean, you can't help but watch. And then I saw it.
Well, see, this is what.
The truth is I saw one that I was like, I can't believe they're showing this because it was like a white head on or an ingrown hair like on a vagina.
I love vagina.
In a vagina?
It wasn't though. It was an old man's eyelid.
Oh,
but you thought you saw a vagina. Yeah, they posted sideways.
Oh my God.
no. So
But
anyway,
I want to ask you
beware.
about your social, because we're getting more
Yeah.
social.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't really engage, other than for your other podcast, much on social.
Yeah, no,
right?
I don't even do it for
Personally,
that.
you don't
I know. I just have trouble. Like, I kind of like it, but I'm a lurker. I'm like
Yeah,
looking.
yeah.
I'm
You're a
not. I'm
tourist.
not
You just
posting.
go in and,
Yeah,
like, troll.
and I'm trying to be better now that we have this, and I want to make sure that I can engage with people. So it's just not first on my mind, and I feel like I'm not like that good at it. Like I'm not producing.
I was going to say
engaging
something,
content.
but
Yeah.
I didn't want to,
Yeah,
but you're
that's
really
all right.
terrible
Well,
at it.
yeah.
I've never even seen your
Yeah,
Instagram.
of course not. You have, of course you haven't.
But like to some degree, I feel like that has to be a choice you made at some point. You're kind of like, you could have gone in on social, but you're like, I don't really want to.
I think I
I'm
mean
not good at
to,
it.
and then I don't. Like I feel like I'm always meaning to do more, and then I don't.
Because it's not like you're a 75-year-old man. Like
No.
social has become
Yeah.
more popular in your prime.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
No.
I wish I was more like that. I wish I didn't. I got in on Twitter like early, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get into my Twitter. I got locked out so
I-
long
I-
ago.
I-
I
the
cannot
only
get
one
in.
I have is Insta now. I got rid of
Yeah.
Facebook, Twitter.
But Instagram is like now I really, because I am on Substack for writing, because
Yeah.
writing is actually my number one passion.
I wanna
even
talk to you about that
more
too.
than and then acting. So then I was like, no one fucking goes on Substack. Like you can't
I
get
don't even
people
know
to
what
go.
that is,
No,
man.
no one will go over
Yeah.
there.
Oh.
So then I just started putting my stuff up on. Like I just put up a post last night of some of my writings, which is just stuff that I write before I go to bed or in the afternoon.
Yeah. We were going to throw that up on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Too. Some of your existential musings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just feel like, okay, we have this as actors, right? We can just be perceived as actors, and you're just an actor and you're a celebrity. Or could we do something that could help raise the collective consciousness and vibration? So it's like by sharing things that might make people reframe things differently or think of things differently. That's the world I want to live in, right?
Yeah.
So it's like now I'm starting to put up more of that stuff. And
Yeah.
before it was like my reps or whatever would be like, stop putting up that kind of stuff. Because I put up crazy dance videos. I'm a terrible dancer, but I keep doing it.
I do a lot of underwear dancing.
Yeah,
videos.
yeah.
It
No,
gets-
I
it
love
gets
those though. I
engagement,
love
you know,
those.
'cause it's me
I
and
started
my
watching them. I
girlfriend
didn't.
goofing
I
off.
wasn't stalking you, but I was watching them.
because they're fun to watch.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you're also just
repeatedly,
great.
yeah.
And you look great. So I'm like, I'm gonna watch this. But I put up dancing stuff and I put up whatever stuff I'm doing, like with my dogs. And I've had reps be like, it's just you look like
What's your brand?
I know.
What is
And I'm like,
this?
my brand is me. So I'm me. I don't want to be in a category.
Yeah, I like how you're interested in. It seems in general raising the consensus
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
everybody,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
the general collective. I think
Yeah.
you're saying, yeah,
I think we can get, me included, right? We can get stuck in this one way of thinking, right? And then we don't think there's anything outside of that. And once you just open up one little, like a little skylight in that way of thinking, then you're like, oh, wait, what's up there? And then you start thinking differently. And then you go, oh my God. And then it might inform the way we interact with people or the way that we perceive people. And I feel like isn't that what all kind of art is supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to make you think differently, see
Yeah.
things differently. And I think we've lost that because of social media, because it's just an onslaught of too much information.
bombardment. Yeah,
Yeah.
I noticed as well that you seem to go back to a much deeper reflective place around where things actually begin, like the genesis of it's never what that person did to you,
Right.
or what someone said to you, or what the internet is putting in front of you. You seem to often go back, even just in this conversation,
Well,
what did I do?
I'm going to say something that's probably going to...
Let's hear it. That's what I want.
Could
'cause I
it
think
get me canceled? I don't know, but I believe we're all God.
Okay, I'm kind of into that.
I believe that you're God.
Yeah.
I'm God. And I'm just a reflection of you. And you're just a reflection of me.
Yeah.
So then we're all a reflection of God.
Me
Right.
too.
No.
You too?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
With those shoes, of course you are.
Yeah.
Come on, look we both wore great shoes.
All right. There we go.
You did too. Those
I
are
got my
fantastic.
dusty boots on.
But I just really feel like every single person is a mirror. And in my book, it's called Coyote Woman and the Odyssey of Soul Contracts, because I feel like every single person that comes into our life is a soul contract that we had already inked out before we came here. And so we have to fulfill those soul contracts in order to evolve on our journey here.
Okay.
And-
so it's like you have a thing to do while you're in this iteration.
Yeah. And
then
everyone I
you-
meet, you and I have a soul contract. We wouldn't have, if you think about it, like Zach used to talk about you all the time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
I would always see you. And of course, you're an actor. I'm an
Yeah,
actor.
yeah,
So we would
yeah.
see each other. But then I watched New Amsterdam. And then I was like, fuck, there's fucking Tyler again. And I was like, okay, but we haven't really met. But I knew there was I could feel that
When
we
I
had
told
a
you that
connection.
I had
Yeah.
from years ago, even before Happy Endings, like I'd seen you popping up and things.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to know
We're
her
going to know each
someday.
other. And I felt the same
And
way. I
I've
just
had that
gotta
with
chill.
a few other people, but
But that's because we have a soul contract that we
Yeah.
have to fulfill. we don't know what that is.
That's weird.
It's
It's not
this-
weird.
It's this podcast.
It could be. It honestly
it
could
could
be.
be.
It could be, but it could be also like we're going to help each other with something, even if it's just in our friendship connection, whatever it is. We don't know.
But we're going to be friends. from
It's
here
yeah,
on out.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. No, we've already we decided
friends. I
this.
mean, we
Yeah,
are friends.
it's
Yeah,
official. So it's like we.
You guys have been doing a lot of stuff.
I am
Drink it in,
curious-
Reed.
I am curious about how this is landing with Reed because Reed.
Yeah, Reed, let's hear it.
Yeah.
What is landing? I don't know if I'm
No,
God.
this is good because this is what we're talking about with the opening up of Reed.
Yeah, well, just because I know that this isn't. There's not huge amount of. There's an atheism.
Oh, with me?
I don't know if I'm necessarily talking about God in the religious sense because I am
no,
not
That was my
religious.
next question.
I am
Sorry,
not
I was going to
religious.
just quickly say I do want you to touch on it, because I feel like this is the antithesis of maybe what you think, or at least your
Well,
opinion.
not necessarily. I mean, I'm not like, Ojai is kind of seen as like the woo-woo place or whatever.
Welcome to Joshua
Yeah,
Tree.
well, exactly. But Joshua Tree is even more, right? But
Right.
I always feel like when I'm in Ojai, I'm like the Ojai Square. I'm like, wow, I'm like, oh, the Ojai Vortex. All right,
Yeah,
the energy
okay.
vortex. Where is that? What's the address?
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
can I
yeah.
go feel it, right? And so I come at things from a skeptical point of view, but at the same time, I don't like. I try not to put my views on everyone else, right? And I think a couple times I've made some eye movements, and it's actually me thinking about
Yeah,
it,
no, I
not
get
like
it.
being dismissive. You know, it's just hard for me to get on board sometimes without like seeing it for myself. But I've definitely been in situations where like I can't think of it exactly what it is right now, where you're like, oh, there is like a certain energy, and this
Yeah.
and having this sort of thing where like, oh, I know we were supposed to meet. I know we're like,
Yeah.
I mean, I can definitely be like, things happen for a reason, and I don't know, like I feel
you sort of
energy
like-
with people. Like I don't not believe in energy.
Do you feel like you can tune in and tune out? Like you're on the fence a little bit. You can kind of.
I can kind of roll in any social situation.
Do you feel like you've
know?
been surrounded by more people that are talking about the kind of stuff the way that I'm talking about it, or does it continue to keep coming in?
Like, in the context of her generation, my mom was a little bit more like that. It definitely was like always reading about psychology and read us tarot cards and did the I Ching and, all dowsing, all those types of things, and was very into energy. So I actually I've come at it with an open heart for a very long time, but then I just haven't like felt it for myself.
See?
Right.
Oh, you haven't experienced any of it.
Well, a little bit, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like
I could
my
bring in your dead
feelings-
relatives right now. Seriously, I can. But I'm not going to do that because then I'm a crazy
It's
person.
too much, too fast.
It's too much, too fast. We don't want to do that.
Shove them into the
But the
matrix.
reason I was asking if you had more people like that recently is because I'm going to say something you're probably going to think it's annoying, but
No, that's fine.
we pull in the energy that we are required to have, whether that's contrasting energy, whether that's conflict, whatever it is. We're going to keep pulling in the same energy until we address it, right? So I keep pulling in certain type of people into my life, and I'm like, why is this happening again? And it's like, because it's like when you put in the address and you take the wrong road, it's going to keep rerouting you, but it's going to bring you to the same place, and it's going to.
So you're saying that's why you're on
my
my podcast right
Yeah.
now?
Why you have a podcast at all? That's what
With
we were
this
saying.
guy.
Like,
because you pulled in the energy
Yeah.
because your soul wants
Right.
you to go
Right.
into something.
Yeah, my
And
soul wants
that
me.
your
he
human
made
might
this
not
happen.
want to.
He muscled
That's
this
it.
podcast into existence, like for real. I was
And
there
maybe
with
this
you.
is
We were
our
all
soul
there.
contract that we're supposed to open him up.
Maybe.
But I also think part of my journey over the last few years and kind of my marriage, ending and just midlife crisising, parents dying, all this kind of stuff is like, I felt kind of numb, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like I haven't felt a ton of joy. I haven't even like the grief. I don't know how deep I've gone into grief over my marriage ending or my mom dying. It certainly I have been emotional about it, but like sometimes I'm like, God, do I just not feel stuff? I mean, I feel a deep love for my daughter, of course. On the day to day, like I'm trying to like enjoy things again, and I've been on that journey of like just remembering who I am because I just got my own place like 8 months ago, right? And so I'm still like figuring, oh wait, it's Saturday. I can actually just do what I want.
Yeah.
I don't have to, I don't have to consider anybody else in that
Right.
equation. I can just do what I want if I don't have my daughter. Then you have to figure out then what you want to do.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's tricky.
I was divorced twice. I know.
Oh, yeah.
It's a weird place to find yourself in, right?
And then I spent 5 years alone. 5 years alone, celibate for 3 years, alone.
Oh, this is hitting me in a weird spot.
Alone.
Whoa.
And I tried to, and then like I lived in Mexico on and off during the pandemic. I was basically at an ashram doing yoga for like 6 hours a day. And when I came back, it was like that same thing of like, I had to understand like, even when I went to Mexico, I was like, can I do this? Is anyone going to be waiting for me? No, no one was.
Right.
I got to do whatever I wanted with nobody telling me what to do, especially because it was the pandemic. So it's like, I didn't have a job going on. So it's not like I had to be back for something. It was like that whole experience of like, wow, I was kind of numb to my divorce in the beginning. And then once I opened up and I was doing all this yoga and meditation, I just opened, and it was like, then it was kind of concerning. I couldn't stop crying. And then when I got back from all that, and 5 years later, I was like, wow, instead of being like, who would I even want to be with? Like, what do I like? I was like, I'm okay. Like, the love of my life is me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay being alone. And I am telling you, I genuinely was like, I am okay alone. And I was in Topanga. I had some sage. I know. But I was saging myself, and I was like, I was actually crying, and I was like, wow, I love myself. I'm okay alone. Week later, he fucking slides into my DMs, and now I'm married again.
So, okay.
Because I absolutely released it.
You actually got to the place where you're like, I'm okay.
Yeah. And when I would say like, it's not that I was like not thinking about like what I would want in a partner, but I was like, it would kind of float in and out. And then I was like, if I'm going to be with someone, I want them to be the best at what they do. And I want them to be the coolest guy in the room.
Right.
And I was like, but I'm good being alone.
Coolest guy in the room
This
walks
sort
in.
of
Good at what he
legend
does.
skater over here comes in.
Well, I'm going to sage myself tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What-
Just
you
sage
should-
yourself. You got to sage yourself, stand outside.
But I have to also love myself.
Oh no, that's a work in progress. I can have days where I'm like, I fucking love myself, and then the next day I'm like, we're divorced, fake body.
I want to say something that like everything you just said was, and I've thought of this before, and even with talking with Reed, and like, so I got divorced about 5.5 years ago, and 9 months later I met the woman I'm with now.
Okay.
And I love her. I love her to pieces. But I had just touched the idea
I know.
of not being okay with being alone, but being alone.
I know.
Like I had just started to be like, oh, this is what being alone is like. And I hadn't done that ever in my life. I jumped from relationship to relationship.
Oh, me too. That was me.
And I love my partner, like
I get
mad.
it. I
But
get it.
and we've talked about this. There is a part of me that's like, what would have happened if I just spent more time understanding who I am alone?
Right.
And I've gone on this major journey, and I've been in every kind of therapy and through AA and all the like physical journey. But there's one thing I just haven't done is like totally understand being alone.
I know.
And that's not to say that I don't think I'm with the right person. I think
No,
I
it's
am
not
with
about that. It's about, I mean, that person would be there on the other side of it, right?
Yeah.
If
Well,
you
and
were,
she's
if
also,
you were to choose to do that.
and she's game for me to do it now.
Right.
Honestly, she's like, if you need to do
Go to
that,
a
understand what it's like.
Vipassana.
Is that like a silent
Vipassana.
retreat, or is it?
Yeah.
I want to go on like my friend Fiona Durf, who we had on. She goes on those like 3 times a year, and she just walked the Camino in Madrid.
Oh, wow.
Like a 2-week
Yeah.
walk.
No, I get it.
Anyway, so she's very lean. She leans that way, and it's been popping up in my life a lot.
And you know, it's like, I think we get this idea in our heads that it's like, I got to go do 5 years alone. I never intended to do 5 years alone.
You didn't like put a
right?
5 year.
No, it was like, and I did, you know, I was talking to I would like kind of entertain the idea of like, all right, I'm going to talk to this guy. And then I was like, no. I never was physical with anybody. I was never in,
Yeah,
with, I
celibate
was
for 3 years.
yeah,
or
I was
so,
never
right?
with anybody, but you know, I entertained the idea.
Sure.
And tried a little bit, but I was like, no. And I wasn't ready. And I was also like, once I was alone for so long and there was no like intimacy with anyone, it was very clear to me that if someone is not right for me, I feel it.
Right.
Right. It's
You'll
like,
know.
I just
like,
feel it.
Yeah.
That was never a goal of mine. It just happened when I got to really know myself and I did the work on myself.
Yeah.
And meditation is such a huge thing for me.
Yeah. Meditation is like a game changer.
If I don't meditate, I feel bad for the people around me.
My practice is totally shot right now, but it was a big part of my sobriety.
I've got to connect you with Becca because
Okay.
she makes
Please
these
do.
meditation journeys that you
Yeah.
put headphones on and you just like,
I'm into it. I'm
You're
into
right.
like binaural beats and like transcendental and all that stuff. But
her journeys are like ayahuasca without taking a drug.
right, because I don't want to take drugs.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
of
I
course.
do want to take drugs really badly, but I shouldn't.
Don't give Becca my number. Okay?
Clash. Because of the state you're in your journey with divorce and everything. I
Yeah.
wonder, like, I know you're dating and you're on dating profiles, and
Yeah, well,
Or
yeah,
you're
loosely.
starting to.
Let's bring them up. Let's bring them up.
let's pull 'em. Has it occurred to you what Eliza's
be
talking
alone.
about with like being like seeing what it would
Well,
really
as we're
feel like
going
to be
on
alone?
here, I feel like, well, it's starting to become a little more of a, well, it's been 8 months. Yeah, maybe so I lasted longer than you.
You did? Well,
Yeah.
9. I went 9.
Oh, you went 9. Okay. I got a couple more.
I'm 9. I went 9 deep.
Yeah. I mean, I question whether I want a serious relationship again,
Yeah.
you know, or a serious monogamous long-term relationship.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe, but I would have to meet the right person. Like, and I don't know who that person is.
Yeah.
With the kid thing too, it's a little bit like, well, then what do I like? If I want to be serious about someone enough, I want to be able to introduce them to my kid.
Right. That's
Yeah.
a big
And it's like,
factor.
well, I don't like, I don't know. It's just like, that seems really heavy.
Yeah.
And you know, and I think we have an agreement where, you know, we have to be dating someone 9 months
Right,
before we
you
can
introduce-
introduce
yeah,
them to a kid.
Oh yeah, I
True.
waited forever.
You know, and
No,
so
how long did I wait to meet your kids? Like 2 weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks. But
Yeah.
we knew the second we saw each other.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
different.
sure. And we can not do that, but you just have to clear it with the other
Yeah,
person,
yeah,
right?
yeah, for
So
sure.
whether I could be alone, I mean, I think so. I mean, I think as long as I have a social life and probably a romantic life, I could be, you know, on my own. But
Right.
like, I think most people though, if they're romantic with someone, one side is going to want to
Yeah.
like make it more serious.
More-
And so, you know, you want to make, it has to work for both people. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, but like, I'm not like trying too hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm horny.
You're horny for intimacy on a deeper level.
Yes.
Yeah. You're horny for
Yes.
companionship.
So God, that's going to
Yeah.
get clipped.
Yeah.
No, I want that to. That's what I want to advertise this entire.
Oh, that's what
thing.
he's saying.
Yeah.
We're gonna clip it. We're
I
gonna
just want-
social-
I mean, I'm horny. I want that to be Eliza Coupe as the guest.
We're all horny, right?
Yeah.
We're horny as
Yeah.
hell.
Thank God we are, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was looking up the
I thought
definition
she was
of
going to
horny.
write it.
Yeah.
I'm horny.
Everyone's horny. Let me ask you this though. One last thing too.
Oh, ask me? Okay.
Yeah. Because now I'm
Yeah.
like, and this is all related.
Liza, thanks for driving in from Joshua Tree. We're
Yeah, no,
gonna
you
talk-
guys keep
Yeah,
going.
read.
I'm just gonna watch.
You and I both have said that we spend a lot of time feeling like our marriage was over before it was actually
Yeah,
over. Right.
yeah.
So that
I'm
that
just
factors
chiming
in
in.
too,
Yep.
where it's
Been
like,
there.
yeah,
Been
where I'm
there.
like, I was
Yep.
alone, even though I was surrounded
no.
by
Oh,
a
so
challenging
alone.
situation, but I was alone as hell. So I think that factors in too, that when you do meet that person, it's not that you had to like physically be alone for a certain amount of time, but
Yeah.
I
No.
felt so
Yeah.
Exactly.
ready for somebody
Yeah.
to be in my
Yeah.
life.
No, and I think I felt that, and I remember my ex explicitly telling me that
You're
that's
alone.
how she felt.
Well, yeah.
You know, so I think, you know, we felt it on both ends. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So it does feel like it's been a while, but at the same time, I'm alone, but I'm still living with someone, and like, you know, I can't just like, and when you feel like, oh, this person doesn't like anything about me, so the more I'm me, the less happy this whole
Yeah.
house is. So
Right.
you're just like,
You get
what can I
small.
just do
You
to?
just get
You
small.
just try to get small.
Yeah.
And now I'm spreading my wings.
Yeah, buddy,
yeah.
Yeah. You're like Audrey too in a Little Shop of Horrors. You outgrowing your little pot.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
am. Yeah.
But don't eat everybody. Don't murder
Yeah,
everybody.
no, let's not get in there.
Yeah.
She's the murderer.
yeah. She is.
All right. And then I think one thing we're going to start trying to do is we're going to like give you a chance to plug anything you want to plug or identify yourself on social media.
Oh no,
You know, we
I
just
haven't
talked
worked in a
about that.
long time. I've
Yeah.
got nothing.
Well, you're currently on a show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
A rad show.
yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Bro, The Residence.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm on a show that's on Netflix, but it's,
Well, that- yeah, well,
it's
You're
not
not
Exactly.
shooting a
going.
show, but it's on
Yeah.
air and it's really good. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all right.
I think it's good.
It's good.
I think it's really good.
No, it's good.
should we do that? Should we do this again?
No. It's real, right?
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
honest.
The Residence on Netflix. I have a new animated show.
Oh.
It's called Haunted Hotel.
Yeah, you and I were almost
Yeah.
the brother and sister on that. I was the
You
last
are
guy to come in for it. I
kidding
drove
me.
in from Ohio and they're like, it's going to be Eliza Coupe. And I was like, God damn.
You are kidding
Yeah,
me.
and it just didn't go my way. Yeah. So I thought that's when we were going to meet. And I was like, but that's not
That's
right. I always thought we
crazy. I
wouldn't
did not
work
know
together. We'll
that.
meet each other another
no, I thought
way.
we were just gonna. I thought we were gonna meet going to Topanga at Zach's
Me
or
too.
something.
But then I was like, oh, maybe this is how I meet her.
What's your
Wow.
Substack?
My son, it's it's Eliza Coupe.
Coupe.
With the-
Do you say
Okay.
coupe?
No, but my family. It was at one point Coupe, and they just dropped it because we're.
Right. Because
French.
it was like
Yeah.
forte.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
Speaking of my animated show,
Yeah.
Will Forte plays my brother.
Oh, he was
nice.
in it.
Yeah.
Oh, so he got it.
He
Went
got
to
it.
Will. Oh,
It
my
went to Will.
God. What a
Yeah.
small world. Will was
Yeah.
our guest a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was,
That's,
he was our
okay,
first
so
guest.
Will and I met.
Not our first guest. We were our first guest.
Well, yeah, okay.
Whatever.
I was a host for the after party, SNL after party at the Heartland Brewery in New York, and I met Will while he was on the show.
Right.
And then we just started talking. I was a host, and he was like, "Come to the after party." And then cut to years later, we're now playing brother and sister.
Wow. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
He's a great guy. I love Will.
Yeah,
all right.
well, we have a thank you, right?
We do.
have the-
So we have a bit of a deal with Night Blooms, this candle company.
Yeah, so we have our signature. I love you so
a
much.
signature
candle.
scent ILYSM candle. We want to gift you one, and take it home. You light it on fire.
And are there instructions?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's instructions in there.
don't
So
open it on
confusing.
there. Yeah, don't open it on there.
You let it burn for 3 hours. You put it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, because usually when I, it's like a duty-free shop.
Yeah. Oh no, these are
Yankee vanilla
handcrafted
spice
candle.
fuck the using
Yankee
perfume
candles.
oils.
The ones that make my allergies flare up.
No,
This is
and
not
then
them.
It's in your nose forever.
Yeah. Thank you for driving from Joshua Tree. Thank you
Yeah.
for hanging out with us. Thank
course.
you, of course, to Tiny Legends, everyone here. There's too
Yeah.
many people to name now. I don't even know. It's like,
I can't see any of you without
yeah.
Thank you to Billy for coming in all the way from J Tree as well.
For sure.
Yep.
And
Put those filthy glasses on.
thank you, Tyler.
things.
Yeah, thank you, Reed.
And thank you, of course, to the audience. We appreciate you. We appreciate your
We
support.
more than appreciate you.
Yeah, we love
We
you so
hope to
much.
get comments on our bodies.
Yes, yeah,
Or
please.
this one, we want
Feel
comments
free.
on our bodies.
Look at the
Yeah,
variety
look at these
here.
fucking pieces of
I
shit.
have a pillow in front of me. No one can see my body.
You stole my lap pillow today.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. We love you so much.
All right.
All right.